Stop talking shit, you walk into another trap.
The Russell Howard Hour. Now, did you hear about this? I couldn't believe this wasn't the biggest story of the week.
Self-harm among teenage girls has increased by nearly 70% since 2011, according to research published in the British Medical Journal. Experts say the rise is partly due to girls' obsession with social media.
How upsetting is that? Young women are cutting themselves because of social media. And to be honest, you can see why they're broken. They're constantly on display. Every picture, every moment, every thought is online, being judged. Teenage girls are desperate for likes, and they don't like themselves. It must be so awful, because I never had selfies when I was young. The only time I looked at my face was when the school photos came out, and that was harrowing enough. Like, can you imagine that? It's like... Mate, I look like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. When you're young, you shouldn't be taking pictures of your face. Ksh, it's not right. Ksh, it's not right. Ksh, it's never going to be right. We're English. We're ugly as fuck. We're like potatoes with eyes. That's why we develop personalities. We shouldn't be comparing ourselves to Hollywood celebs on Instagram. They've got sun and teeth. We've got drizzle and braces. And none of it's real. Everyone's Photoshopped, sucking their cheeks in. I mean, look what Kim Kardashian goes through to get one selfie.
Hi, I'm Kim Kardashian West, and I'm gonna give you a little tutorial on how to take the perfect selfie. For me, I know my perfect angle. It's my chin down. And I just pose away and take about 300 photos until I get the perfect selfie.
300 photos? Fuck that! Think of all the things you could be doing instead. Dating, creating, baking, gyrating, masturbating, church fating. The point I'm making, social media is not as good as real life. The other day, I was down the pub with my mates, no phones, and he was like, let's play a drinking game. You got to eat a tin of sweet corn and then drink a pint of Guinness, and the winner is whoever can poo out the longest bumblebee. We never had phones when I was a kid. If something amazing happened, no one took a picture. We just remembered it and then exaggerated it. Remember that time Dave had 5 Jaegers and teabagged a lion? The truth? My mate Dave had a cat. Remember the time there was a unicorn in the pub? No, Pete sellotaped a dildo to his head. What I'm saying is memories are so much better than photos. A photo is just a memory with no soul. And memories bubble around your head, and then they appear and make you laugh from nowhere. I was on the train the other day, and I remember that time at school that Lydia was trying to get her calculator to work by knocking it against the desk. And our teacher went, Lydia, how would you like it if I banged you against the desk? And we lost our collective shit. We have to talk about self-harming. We can't be all British about it. No. We have to discuss it. Because people who turn up at A&E self-harming are between 50 to 100 times more likely to commit suicide within a year. By just talking about it, we can actually save lives. That's why I've opened the show with this, because this story barely made a dent in the news. It was page 30 in The Sun, 23 pages after an article that said British people are better at languages if they'd had a drink. 21 pages after a woman whose leggings go see-through when she does squats. And on the same page as a hedgehog that goes canoeing. Why don't we give a shit? You see people going, it's a cry for help. Well, let's help them then. If you're struggling and you're watching this, here's a phone number. It's free and they're open 24 hours a day. And if you're a parent with a teenage girl, talk to her. Check that she's okay. Maybe get some sweet corn and a pint of Guinness. Don't do that, that's going to be horrendous. What I'm saying is, it's a really important thing to talk about. And if you are a young woman and you're feeling low, here's something to cheer you up that I saw this week.
Honey, I'm going to show you a trick.
Okay, show me a trick.
See the penny?
I see the penny.
I'll put this bottle of water right on top of the penny.
Okay.
And I'm going to put this over it.
Okay.
And when I say the magic words,
Yeah.
the penny's going to go inside the bottle.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, let me see this happen.
Okay. Now I got the towel. Boogie boogie. Boogity boogity.
Boogity boogity.
Okay. Now you look down in there and the penny's inside the bottle.
Oh!
Elsewhere in the news, this may be the most British hostage story I have ever seen.
Armed police surrounded a bowling alley in Nuneaton in the West Midlands this afternoon after a man with a gun took 2 people hostage there.
It came to an end when armed officers stormed the building in Nuneaton. No one was hurt.
White guy, greyish beard, weird-looking man.
Thought he was a weirdo, mate. He looked like fucking Gandalf. The story is incredible. Who gets angry at a bowling alley? Just, they gave me the wrong shoe! How do you? They're always putting the bumpers up. I go in there, a bow, it goes to the right. They're making me look like an idiot. So were people scared? No. Look at this tweet. My bro has just texted me from the siege in Nuneaton. What did he say? Tell Dad I love him. Please help. No. Any score in the football. He was the worst hostage taker ever. Look at this quote from the Coventry Telegraph. We walked to the front door and he came towards me with a shotgun saying, "Get the fuck out." That is not how you take hostages. Get the fuck out! No! Come back! Oh, shit! I'm panicking! No, I don't want nachos! I don't know what I'm doing! To be honest, you don't need to take people hostage. There are other ways to get back at a bowling alley. Now, next up, this may be my favourite story of the week. Scottish scientists have made a monumental breakthrough. They've launched a tea cake into space. One small step for man, one giant leap for Mr. Kipling. We've actually got footage of its miraculous journey. Amazing, but it's even better when you turn on the Teacake's microphone.
Oh, happy days. I'm higher than the time when I was in the smack. And I would fly 500 miles, and I would fly... Teacake, your ass bastard! Fuck you, you kissing fuckers! I've got a branch sticking out my arse. What are you doing? Yeah, I said I'm a teacake, no a tree cake.
Pretty mouthful. Now, the only thing I would say, they put a tea cake in space. How pissed off would you be if you're a Mars bar, a galaxy, or a Milky Way? Just, oh, come on! We're right here! Just a double-decker in the corner. This is worse than the time I wasn't allowed on a bus. I wouldn't mind going anywhere. No one gives a shit what you think, Whisper. Now, this is great. Scientists haven't just been putting cakes into orbit. Look what they found out about dogs.
Scientists at Portsmouth University say that our canine companions produce more facial movements when humans are paying attention to them, suggesting that they're actually trying to communicate with us.
Apparently dogs are trying to talk to us. And the things they're saying are, I'm horny, I'm hungry, walk me, and...
Pick that up. I know I've just trodden in it, but I'd like you to pick it up.
To be honest, it makes obvious sense. I could read a dog's mind just by looking at them. I just ate your cannabis plant. I really love the Bake Off. I've got a gambling problem. And my personal favourite, sorry, Mum, I shouldn't have looked under your bed. Now, talking of animals communicating, did you hear about this? Oh, it's lovely.
Video has emerged of the joyous reaction of a 59-year-old ape when she was visited by the oldest human friend that she had during her dying days.
Look at the moment she recognised him. It's absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
Ja. Mama? Ja. Ze wil me helemaal bij zich hebben.
Mate, oh, it's so lovely. Oh. Do you know the best thing about it? At the end of that, she squeezed a bottle of water into his face. Join me after the break when I'll be talking to one of the biggest stars on the planet. And welcome back to the show. Let's talk housing. I was lucky enough to be younger when renting was affordable, and that meant I got to experience the joy of living with my mates. I used to live with the OCD comic John Richardson. It was brilliant, right? He used to hide Rice Krispies in his slippers, put the forks in the knife drawer, listen to him cry at night. It was so much fun. But a lot of young people don't get to live with their mates now because rents are ridiculous. And buying a house, that's virtually impossible. Barely half of all families in Britain own their own home. Single people in London would have to save for nearly 46 years for a mortgage, and over 1 million people are waiting for a council house. We desperately need money for new homes, and yet somehow, in the middle of a housing crisis earlier this year, we agreed to give the Queen £369 million of our money to do up Buckingham Palace. Why is she getting free money? The Queen isn't in social housing. She's not struggling with her mortgage. She's not living with her parents, having to have really quiet sex so she doesn't wake them up.
Just keep it down, Phil. Keep it down.
But I like to fuck loud. The Queen... I'm gonna hang, but I don't care. The Queen isn't renting. She's not paying through the nose for a shithole like this. Or this. Or this. I mean, look at this place. There's a shower in the kitchen. I doubt Buckingham Palace looks like that. The Queen's not there. Philip, what do you want for dinner? And he's just in the shower. Chicken! I feel like chicken tonight. It's insane. Last year, in order to avoid higher rents for tenants, 309 Tory MPs voted against making houses fit for human habitation. To show you just how insane that is, here is the dictionary definition of a house.
House, a building for human habitation.
They voted against a house being a fucking house! You can't change the meaning of words just to suit you. Did you eat my donut? It's not a donut, it's a future poo. You're welcome. Not only are they changing language, look at this. 123 MPs are landlords. Tories, Labour, Lib Dems, SNP, they've all got skin in the game. How can a tenant win? There's a hole in my roof. I'm going to write to my local MP. I am your local MP. This house isn't fit for a human. I know. We passed a new law. Humans aren't humans anymore. You're a mouse. The level of contempt governments can have for people is shocking. Look what Nick Clegg claims David Cameron and George Osborne said to him. I don't understand why you keep going on about the need for more social housing. It just creates Labour voters. How fucking dare you treat people like that? It doesn't even make sense. If we give poor people stuff, they'll turn against us. No, they won't. They'll be delighted. They're not going to take the keys and go, oh, Jeremy Corbyn. The whole housing situation is a mess. Theresa May has promised to spend an extra £2 billion a year on houses. And you're like, good, because as it stands, the government only builds 1% of the new homes in Britain, which means private companies are providing homes for vulnerable families, and that's why we have poor doors. Do you know what a poor door is? Right, when a company builds a big, new, shiny block of flats, they have a grand entrance at the front for the rich people, and then around the back, they have a separate entrance for the affordable homes. It's shocking, isn't it? Rich people here, scum! Use the cat flap. That's not social housing. That's social segregation. And all we hear is, we can't build enough houses. There's no money. There's no money. Bullshit. Kensington and Chelsea Council had a budget surplus of £274 million. Over 60 people died in the fire at Grenfell, and hundreds more lost everything. Do you know how much it would have reportedly cost to have fire-resistant cladding? £5 grand. £5 grand. And not only did they have £274 million in the bank, but in 2015, they gave an opera group £5 million. People need sprinklers, not fucking Pavarotti. We have a housing crisis in this country. So if you're a Tory MP, a house is a fucking house. Actually, it's more than that. It's a home. It's a place to sleep and laugh and cry and love and sing and eat, and everyone needs one. And if there's money for the Queen or money in a council's bank account, then there's money to make sure something like Grenfell never, ever happens again. That's what we think. Now, next up, it's time... I love these kids, man. It's time for another edition of Playground Politics. This week, me and the children of the world discussed money. Do you know what tax is?
When you have to rent a car.
Yep. If you had $1 billion, what would you do with it?
I'll save it.
Save it? What about if I were to offer you a fully trained monkey butler? Would you like a cup of tea? You want me to hoover up your bedroom?
No.
No. What would you spend on?
Servants.
Servants. Nice. Would you give these servants, like, nice clothes and nice outfits?
No.
OK. And what would you get the servants to do for you?
Like, go to the bank and steal money for me.
Nice.
And also massage me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd have a butler.
What would you call that butler?
Bertram.
Butt rub. You call him butt rub?
No, Bertram.
£82 million. What would you do if you had that money?
I would be rich.
That's right.
I'll buy a house made out of jelly.
You'd make a jelly house?
No.
I mean...
I wouldn't make it, I'll get a jelly house.
You're going to make it anyway?
No.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm going to get one.
You're going to get one?
Yeah, buy one, not make one.
Listen, I'm no expert in this area, but I don't see jelly houses left, right and centre.
No, you don't have to build it. You could get people to build it. You could pay the people to build it, and then they build it, instead of you having to build it.
You're a tyrant. Do you know what tax is?
Tax credit. Tax credit. A taxi, a tax credit.
So, if you were working on YouTube and you got paid £100,
Tax credit.
you paid £20 of that to the government, and then that would help all the things in the country run.
Ooh.
How much money do you think a footballer gets paid?
£50,000.
£50, what, a week?
A trillion.
How much do you think a fireman gets paid?
Because they're saving people's life, I bet they get paid a lot. A tenner.
You think a tenner?
Yeah.
You think £20?
Yeah.
Because they're saving lives, they need the big bucks. But you think footballers should be paid more?
Yeah.
Do you?
They cut themselves when they play football.
That is true.
Yeah, but it isn't like a massive cut. It isn't like their leg gets chopped off. They're more important. So if a fire went out, a footballer could put it out. Football people, they just like run around and have fun. Whereas if you're a firefighter, it's serious because you risk your lives for someone else's life. Yeah, but they have special gear. It means way they're risking their life. Yeah.
I really like you, Cooper.
Well, I hate you.
I think we could be friends.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is one of the biggest musicians in the world.
Baby, I'm dancing in the dark. You between my arms, barefoot on the car, listening to our favorite song. I have faith in what I see. Now I know I have met an angel in person. She looks perfect, though I don't deserve this. You look perfect tonight.
Please welcome Ed Sheeran! You can move it around.
I didn't know they were actually newspapers.
Yes, yeah. Move it around. Take
Where
what
did
you
you
want.
did you get them from like a hoarder's house or something like that?
We waited outside the tube, and you know all the papers aren't handed out. We just nicked them, turned them into a little. But I like it.
Like seriously, you just take the ones that no one
I
wants?
have no idea how to embrace
I stayed at a dude's house that his dad was a hoarder, and the whole house was just newspapers. So
Who haven't you stayed with? Because I really...
you, yeah.
Okay.
Where's the invitation?
Okay. Do you want to have a sleepover around mine? How are you with dogs? You all right with dogs?
Yeah, it depends how big.
It's a little dog.
Yeah, little dogs.
Jack
fine.
Russell.
Yeah.
Very fond of humping a pillow, but he likes you to watch. Do you know what I mean? It's very much a performance.
Cool, I'm in.
Have you got animals?
I've got 2 cats, yeah.
I heard that you had an otter that killed things.
Yeah, I have. Well,
have you seen this headline? It's the craziest headline.
It's not necessary. There you go.
Look at that.
It's not my otter. Basically, my garden has a lot of wildlife in it.
Yes.
And I'm all up for wildlife being in my garden. So I bought a load of fish. The otter ate all the fish. And so I bought some more fish.
Right.
So, yeah, I'm kind of... I think there's 2 otters now, and there's barn owls, there's hedgehogs. It's like, yeah, but the otter, I can just imagine the otter sitting in a pond with, like, a top hat and a cigar. Because it's been eating, like, expensive koi fish. I've had to, like, start buying, like, cheap fish now.
How cool. So you've got, like, the poshest otter ever. He's just sat there eating sushi from Ed Sheeran's pond. And have you given him a name?
I reckon Philip.
Philip and Liz?
Philip the otter. Philip, yeah. There you go. How's it been? Is everyone enjoying today?
Yeah. I love that. That's so British. That makes it sound like you came on. Has this been all right? We've had fun. It's been all right. What I love about you, I've only met you. We did Jonathan Ross. Well, we were on the show. We didn't. That would have made the news. But we were. That's an image, isn't it? But I asked you to come on the show, and you just went, yeah, all right. It's so amazing. You're like one of the biggest musicians in the world, and the fact that you went, yeah, all right.
I mean, I'm not perfect, but I have a real pet peeve when people are like, hey, I'll see you next week, and then you just never do. And, like, I've definitely been someone that's done that, but, like, when you were like, do you want to come on the show? And I was like, yeah. In my mind, I was like, well, I said yes, so I will do it. So,
Okay.
like, yeah. So
Did you instantly regret saying yes?
No.
Yeah!
Because I didn't know it. But, like, it's simple. Like, I live down the road. I'm going to be here for this interview, and then I go back. So it's like, it's not like I'm here for like a big hoo-ha and...
So what's happening while you're away? Is your girlfriend cooking any food?
Chicken soup.
Chicken soup?
Don't know about that.
We'll get you a Deliveroo.
Yeah.
Is it weird when you get a Deliveroo and people, you open the door and people go, oh my God, it's Ed Sheeran?
No, that actually, like, I thought that would happen more. It doesn't. They're just kind of like, all right, like, I don't know if they don't know or don't care, but it's one of the two.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe they're scared of the otter. They're just like...
Yeah, I haven't got a Deliveroo in a while. I lost my bank card and now I
Jesus, who... Some lucky bastard had an evening there, didn't he? Just imagine that. Ed Sheeran. Ah!
They probably, you know what, they probably did. I didn't cancel it for about 2 months. They probably did.
Feel that, the jealousy in the room. And your arm, you can't really see, but your arm, last time I saw you, it looked...
Yeah, I got this little plastic thing now.
Yes.
That you can screw on and screw off.
Oh, nice.
And I've been having to do my hand exercises, which is horrible.
But how does it work? Because presumably, are you itching to write songs? Well, I guess what I'm asking...
I've actually been writing songs. Actually in the studio today writing songs, but, like, thank you. Well, I thought if I'm going to be, like, not able to tour for a month, I might as well make the most of it. So, so I have been writing songs, but I haven't been touching instruments. So it's been more like, can you play that chord, please? And, yeah.
Do you ever hum your own songs?
The unreleased ones. I like the songs that people haven't heard, and I always say, like, whenever I release my songs, they're no longer my songs, because they're, like, you know, a song like Perfect that you just played is, like, some people's first dance or some people's first kiss, or, like, it's like, oh, there you go. And you know, I feel like as soon as they're released, they belong to other people, but before they're released, they belong to me, and they're, like, my songs, and I like them, but not that I don't like the ones that are released, just that when they come out, I lose that sort of connection with them. You know, that sort of, like... I would feel weird if I hummed Shape of You in the shower, but there might be, like, a new song that I've just written that I hum, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Because that's what I was thinking, because I love that. I'm in love with your body, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. But I was thinking it would be the creepiest thing if you ever sang that to your girlfriend, wouldn't it? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's such a great song, and we can have sex whilst it's on in the background. But if you were going, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, it would just be like, whoa.
It's usually we both get drunk and sing Ronan Keating.
Oh, do you? It is that thing.
That's usually what I would sing to her.
Oh, really? A bit... So that's how
I'm seeing him tomorrow, actually.
Oh, really?
I played his wedding, actually.
Did you?
Yeah, I played his wedding. It was good. That was another one. I met him in a bar in New York, and he was like, "You want to play my wedding?" And I was like, "All right." And then just like a year later, he was like, "Well, my wedding's this weekend," and I ended up doing it. It was another one that I, said yes to. And...
Who would you have playing at your wedding?
I don't know. There's an American singer-songwriter that toured with me called Ben Queller that has a song that's quite special to me, but no one's heard of him, so over here anyway.
Yeah, I know Ben Queller.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
But I meant, like, that sounds really mean of me to say that.
No.
Like, I mean, like, he's not, like, on top 40 radio.
Yes, but it's your wedding. You do what you want.
Yeah.
Have you ever been heckled? What's the worst heckle you've ever had? Shall I go first?
I don't think it's common in music to get...
I once had a dildo thrown at me at a gig in Romford.
And you must have had a good reply to that.
It hit me in the face. I tried to dodge it like Neo from The Matrix. And my comeback was, how little faith did you have in this evening that you brought a sex toy? She was just there kind of going, yeah, in case you shit about this. But does it not really exist? Does it not really happen in music then?
No, I don't know. Do you know what? Like, earlier on in my career, when I had, like, one-hit single, there was the odd gig where people would just shout out, "Play that song!" And you'd be like, I'll get to it. I'll play it last so you'll stay.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, that doesn't really happen anymore, thank you.
The other thing I like about you, and I mean this as a compliment, you're very normal. I think it's a really... No, but do you know what I mean? It's very... I don't mean that in a rude way, but I like... I was thinking about you today. That sounds... I was in the bath thinking about you, but I was I was thinking, like, so you're taking a break, but what do you do for, you know, when you have downtime? What do you do? Because you look like the kind of guy, don't mind me saying this, you look like your house is a fucking mess. Like, but I mean that in a good way. Like, I don't imagine it's neat. I imagine there's stuff everywhere.
It was before I had a female influence in my life. Yeah. It was.
I imagine you led on the sofa with a TV remote just out of reach and you pretending you're a Jedi. Just.
You know what? I'm not a big TV watcher. I find myself, honestly, in my spare time, and this sounds really boring, but music is my hobby. Yes. So in my spare time, will go into the studio, or I'll like go and play a show somewhere, or just like turn up somewhere, or do. I really enjoy doing. But actually, like other than that, I don't know. I used to make Lego, which was pretty. Someone told me that was quite weird to do.
That's fine.
And do you know what? I love a good pub. I love a good pub. I love a good like fire, bangers and mash, ale.
There's a drinking game that I want to tell you about. Have you ever heard about it? I mentioned this earlier in the show. Are you familiar with Bumblebee? This is a drinking game that my mate Steve invented, that basically you eat a tin of sweet corn, you drink a pint of Guinness, and the competition is to see who can poo out the longest bumblebee.
So I've just toured with this guy that I won't mention his name, but you can Google who's just been on tour with me. You can probably guess. And he said he tried one day. He had corn for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then the next day breakfast, lunch, dinner to see if he could have an all-corn shit. And he said he did. Did he? Yeah, I think, you know, it's definitely do try this at home exercise.
And it's that funny thing, because everyone thinks that touring is just sex, drugs, rock and roll. It's just the idea that this bloke's testing himself.
You think it's rock and roll, but ironically, the most rock and roll people that I've met are the least rock and roll people that you think. Like
Who is the most rock and roll person you've met?
Do you know what? A lot of the late 90s, 2000 boy band people that I met, you know...
You're talking Five?
I haven't met... Oh, I've met some of Five. No, but
Who's the wild ones?
I don't want to tell tales out of school, but, like, I'm just saying all the people that you don't think are getting up to shit.
Really?
Yeah.
But see, now we're going to sort of try and guess who they are.
I feel like I'm putting my foot in shit.
No, it's fine. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Like,
the problem is what I found recently about coming on to do interviews. It's like the next day there's, like, 4 different Daily Mail headlines.
Right.
Like, yeah, I always, like...
Does that piss you off?
I'm sure it pisses off the people that I put under the bus, yeah.
You seem like such a, like, upbeat guy. What annoys you? What are your peeves?
Entitled people.
Yes.
I hate... and especially, like, I find it a lot in my business. Wealthy people who think they're entitled. And so we make it a very clear thing. Like, most people do paid for meet and greets, and you can sell the front seat and front seats, and there's like a VIP package, and like we've always been very vocal about not doing that because I think
correct.
Well, yeah, I just think
absolutely.
I just think it's a bit weird to like offer someone whose dad's richer the chance to do something that you So like that's what pisses me off, and when people come and be like, I'll buy the front row. I'll give you this amount of money. And you're like, no, like, and that's what pisses people that think they can just buy.
Yeah. Are you interested in politics? Is that something that?
Yeah, I'm very personally. Yeah. I am. Professionally, I stay out of it. I think, you know, I think my job is to make. I think it's to encourage people to be aware and to take an interest in it, but not tell them how to think. I think that's like, you know, I'm not going to be like you.
Very eloquently put.
Yeah. So like, I feel like music is people's escape from that. You know, like people like there's political music you can listen to, but like I've never made a political song in my life, and I don't think people look to me for that.
But I guess that's the thing, isn't it? That it was a big summer. It was a huge summer this year with the election and things like Grenfell happening, and then a moment like Glastonbury. That is a moment of pure escapism for everyone, because, you know, people can watch you smash a massive gig and it's just a whole night of whee. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
How scary was that, headlining Glastonbury? How many shits did you have before the gig? Come on, absolutely bricking it. Or
probably one or two, yeah. Probably one like solid and one not so solid.
But do you have that? Do you have any sort of pre-gig rituals?
No, I used to. I gave up smoking in May for the first time. Like, I actually have never given up smoking, so like it.
Wow.
But I smoked for 13 years.
You must have been dying for a fag before that.
No, but that's the thing, man. Do you know what it was? I don't know if anyone's given up smoking here before, but the thing that did it for me was I went out. It was my girlfriend's birthday, and I stayed up quite late with one of her friends, and we just chain smoked. I must have had about 60 cigarettes. I was just rolling, smoking. And I woke up the next day, and I was like, right, I've reached my limit.
Oh, really?
I can't take any more. And then just, yeah, I didn't do it again.
I was a bit like that with mini cheddars. Like, I used to love...
You just ruined them.
I used to love mini cheddars as a young man, and then when I was 8, I just turned to Mum and said, it has to stop now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I feel like that with ice cream.
Do you?
I did an ice cream eating contest in America.
Whereabouts?
It's in Rhode Island, and you know, I'm quite a competitive person. I went in this ice cream place, and there was this challenge, and there was 2 quite obese people on the wall that had done it, and I was like, oh, I can fucking do that. And it was, I can't remember how much it was, but it was a huge bowl, and I finished it.
Did you?
Yeah, it took me half an hour to finish it, and it kind of like, you could feel it come up to here, and I was shivering by the end of it, but I was with...
So you were on that wall?
Well, so, yeah, I am on the wall, and I've got the T-shirt, yep. And, but I was with... It was near Taylor Swift's house, and I was with Taylor, and whenever Taylor goes anywhere, so do 40 teenage girls. So I'm kind of, like, eating this with, like, 40 teenage girls being like, you can do it, you can do it. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And then I finished, and I took the picture and everything, and then I was like, oh, it's not staying down. And I ran in the toilet and grabbed my mouth, and it just projectiled out of my nose all over the toilet floor. Now, what does melted chocolate ice cream on a toilet floor look like? Particularly... You've got 40 teenage girls outside with their phone cameras, and I'm like, what do I do? They're just gonna think that I, like, couldn't control... Like, I had a bad curry or something, and, like... yeah, I just spend another hour just, like, mopping it up.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of ending the interview. Do you know what? Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
It was an absolute pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Ed Sheeran. Thanks, mate. So brilliant. Join me after the break when I'll be checking out your good deeds. The show. It's time to look at your good deeds, all the great things you've seen and sent in to the show this week. Now, Tash tweeted me to say, I helped a blind guy get on a bus. Sadly, it was the wrong bus. Safi got in touch to say she stole a Nan's quality street so it doesn't affect her diabetes. Hero. Ross Sutty tweeted, he saw a guy in Glasgow handing out KFC to the homeless around Central Station. Well done, that man. And finally, Emily tweeted to say, have you heard about this tube announcer with a beautiful outlook on life? He is brilliant. I had to share this video of him with you.
London is my home. London is what made me who I am today. When I come to England to better my life, you know what I mean? In Jamaica, the opportunity wasn't there and everything. I just see myself as another human being who love people, who gravitate towards people. Very specially, Yabba Dabba Doo, Scooby Doo, good morning to you beautiful people. Service update, everything, Chris, you know, yeah man, the vibes is nice, you know? Victoria Station is my home, you know? And the people come through is my family, you know? And when you come there, we just come together and we just collide together as one, you know? Get on board, this is a reggae train. Driver, it's your time, you know? I do it for the humor of it. A little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know? Make some plans for the weekend. When you're going to hit the clubs, if you're going out for some rum and coke, some vodka and rum, with a slice of pineapple in the top of it, a little umbrella. Even if you're going home to watch Hobbies City and EastEnders, level the vibes. It's something I do easily, communicating with people, reaching out to people, you know what I mean? Beautiful people, beautiful vibes. Come this way, my brethren. Yo, rude boy, bust them shoes, my family, you know? I've been blessed by God to meet the people I meet on a day-to-day basis, you know what I mean? Big up your chest, one love, yes I. Nice it up and spice it up, you know? Show the massive some love, you know? I smile, you smile, the whole world smile. All we have to do is just see the best in each other and try and get the best out of each other. Enjoy your life and be happy, and don't let no one make it become sad and blue. Remember, life is too beautiful for that, you know? You have to make that choice to be happy. Everybody have happiness inside them, but you got to activate it, you know? Seeing the joy I can bring to the people and knowing that I've made a positive impact on their life and in their day. That's what made me happy. When you look what's going on in life, it's not easy out there. If you can make someone's day better, well, it's just a smile or a kind word, you got to do what you got to do. By making someone else's day a better day, your day automatically work out to be a brighter and a better day. Boom shakalak, natural fact.
What a legend. So sweet, isn't it? It's so great. I've literally never seen anyone smile on the tube ever, and he's making them happy. Now, as always, if you've done something to brighten up someone else's day, get in touch and let me know using the hashtag RHDeeds, and I'll put it on the show. Now, it's time for my guest of the week. Please welcome the brilliant Rob Orton!
My name's Rob Orton. I'm on tour at the moment, just doing one night. Tonight. Thanks for coming. I saw an interview recently with Kylie Minogue, and she was talking about the art of live performance. And according to Kylie Minogue, all you've got to do in any live performance situation is you've got to make every single person in the audience, you've got to make them feel like they've been seen. And you've looked at them. And that's it. That's the key to any live performance. So I am trying it. I've never been to a Kylie Minogue concert before, but I imagine they are exactly like this. There's a lot of people here tonight, a lot of people who've got hair on them. I've got eyebrows. Eyebrows play a key role in non-verbal communication. There are many things I cannot say as well as my eyebrows, such as, "Are you sure?" which is, "I wouldn't do that if I were you," which is, if I didn't have eyebrows, I would have to say, "Hello, sweet cheeks," instead of, I was speaking to my mum about going to my girlfriend's parents' house for Christmas, and she said, "Well, Rob, what are you going to do about your hair?" I said, "What do you mean, what am I going to do about it?" She said, "Well, Rob, you need to look smart at Christmas." I said, "Mum, what do you think? Jesus would think of you telling me to get my hair and beard cut off for his big birthday bash." And Mum said, "Well, Rob, you look like Jesus." And I said, "No, Mum, I look like a picture of Jesus that you have seen." You don't know what he looked like. Jesus might have had a fringe. Or a basic cut. And Mum said, "Oh, come on, Rob, please have a shave." First impressions and all that. I said, "What do you mean, first impressions?" She said, "First impressions last." I said, "Do they?" "Well, if they do, I'm a baby to you." I'm naked, covered in blood, bald all over and screaming in your face. Is that what it's like, Mum? And she said, yeah! Every day, Rob, please make it stop! Oh, just have a shave, will you? We've got you some Gillette for Christmas. Oh, no, I mean, Father Christmas has? I said, yeah, I'll pretend I didn't hear that, shall I? I tell you what, I will have a shave, though. If a shaving company bring out a razor that's a small combine harvester, one that you can push/drive around your face, one with the blades that go round and 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 round, and at the end of your shave, you get a rectangular bale of beard. I will definitely be getting that razor. You know, I used to be a bit more upbeat than this. I used to think CCTV was a very, very positive Spanish television channel. But it's not. Right, that's the end of my set. So, to cut a long story short, the end.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Rob Auto! Thank you for watching the show. Good night, my friends. Good night.